Hello everybody, Thorgal here, and welcome back to another episode of Infinity Evolved on Expert Mode here on the ftog.net server. Now, yesterday we had a live stream and we had some fun setting up a new area, an outpost, that I'm going to show you in just a few minutes. But I wanted to get started with something that I forgot to do on the live stream, because that is something I want to set up, because it's going to take like 18 hours in real life to actually grow and so on, and that has to do with applied energistics. Now, I'm not going to get into applied energistics yet, but hopefully, within a few weeks here. But I want to set up definitely an inscriber here very soon, because the chipsets are used in other parts too. For example, if we want to make a quarry in anything with a computer. The computers from Computercraft need a chipset, so that's just one example, but I wanted to get this started. And the first thing I'm going to do here right now is actually just make one, or I should actually, I forgot. I made a new magnet, guys, right here, the electromagnet, yesterday on the stream, because I wanted something I can quickly toggle off and on. Because we're running into so many problems with the other people, when we get together and somebody drops something, somebody else pulls it up. So I just wanted to have a quick way instead of having to go into the baubles and take the ring out. Of course, I still have it with me. Where is it? Right there. So if I go out mining or something, I'll probably put that on just so I have an extra slot on the bar. You cannot toggle it with the key binding if it is not on your hotbar, by the way. Which is a bummer. I wish I could just have it in the inventory, but oh well. And also made the chainsaw between episodes. Same thing that we already made for the drill, and it's actually a very, very simple recipe. And there's also an advanced chainsaw here, okay? But check this out. When this thing is charged, it does 9 attack damage, so it's a half a decent, 4.5 hearts. I can defend myself against the occasional mob. And if you upgrade that to the advanced chainsaw, I don't know what the advantage is. Maybe it's a little bit faster on wood, but it only has 3 attack damage. And you guys see here it says shear on. I thought that this one doesn't have a shear, but it actually does. Check it out. You toggle it the same way you toggle the drill over here. And you can have normal, which is shearing, or no shearing. So I have it mostly on no shearing because I don't want all the leaf blocks. And one word of caution about the advanced diamond drill, guys. When you're in the nether and you use single, so like the normal mode or low power or fine, and you silk touch blocks, nothing happens. They won't explode and the pigmen don't get mad at you. But if you have it set to big holes, the 3x3, the other ones around it that it breaks, I guess they don't count as silk touch, even though it silk touches them. But the pigmen get angry at you. So just to keep that in mind, okay, when you go out mining in the nether. But now, it takes 1 redstone, 1 charged certus, and 1 nether quartz. And that's going to make us these flux crystals. Now, I only made 2 right now because I only have... Let me check here real quick. Charged... I only have 11 more charged certus quartz crystals. And you actually need these to... wait, what did I need those for again? I forgot now. Oh, yes. To make the flux crystals, which I want to pulverize to make the pure flux crystals, okay? But I only have 11 left, so we're going to have to charge these here first. And I figured we're going to make a charger for that. Recipe looks easy, so why don't we just make this real quick? So we have it, and I don't think that this one needs... as far as I know, it does not need AE power, right? You can just hook that up. It needs to be from the bottom or from the top. So we could actually set something up over here. Let's see, how do I want to do this? I want to use this power here. Let's just test first if it actually works. Alright, so this guy connects, which is fine. And, oh yes, you need to take the crystal and you right-click it. It does, see, it already made it a charged certus quartz, and this is how I can just do them. I would like to kind of automate this, so I can just put a stack. Oh Oh, I have an idea. We can just make this simple for now. I just want one stack for now anyway. So we'll just put this on here. And let's do this old school. Do I have 2 hoppers? Yes, I do. So let's just get 2 hoppers. It's going to be the easiest way to do this right now. And it's going to save me some time. So we're just going to have input from the left. Oh, and I think output needs to be from the right. So I actually need something else. Let's get just a transfer node. An item transfer node. Give it to me, thank you. And we'll put that on here. Because that will... I'm not even going to go to an inventory, nothing, okay? And I can just put them in here, puts it in. And when it's done, the transfer node sucks it out and puts it in here. I'm not going to make more than these 62 right now anyways. And let me just show you guys what I'm going to do with them. So while we wait for this. So let me get back out. So let's make 2 more and 2 more. So get those back in the water. Come on. You really don't want to go in there? It had the sparklies going. So it might actually help. Yeah, turn on the magnet. Comes to me. And these is what we need to pulverize here real quick. To get the fluix dust. By the way, I apologize ahead already. Sometimes I just call this flux. I know flux is from Farmcraft and Applied Logistics is fluix. But I get those two mixed up quite often. So how does this work? You combine them with sand and it's going to give you double the seeds. And we're also going to combine that for these Certus quartz. So I'm going to get 2 stacks. I don't know if we ever actually need the pure nether... What are they called? Pure nether quartz. Because I think they're interchangeable with all regular nether quartz and all the different... Like when you check here, usage, you know, you can make a quartz block, you can use it for daylight sensor, you can use it for the annihilation course, but I know regular, if you check here the recipe, you can also use regular nether quartz. So I don't think there is actually any light detection fixture. Maybe you need it for this? Yes. So that would be one we needed. No, it's also nether quartz. Also interchangeable. So I don't know why it's actually in here, but I figured we might as well use it and make it if I'm already waiting 18 hours just in case. And I bake here. I made a little hobbit hole. And I put down 2 solignolias just to make sure that the magnets don't pick it up. Okay. This magnet I think goes... Actually, I haven't tried that yet. Let's see. If I toss something on the ground. Well, check this out. Off, on. Hey, that's cool. So that works for this magnet also. That is nice. I like that. So, and here I made 3 different water puddles. And this one right here, I'm going to toss these 2 stacks in. This right here, I'm going to toss these 2 stacks in. And then when I have 2 stacks of these fluid seeds, then I'm going to toss those in here also. Oh yeah, I still have the sand here. Whew. And then I just let them be, and probably next episode or something, they should be fully grown, and we could possibly, you know, start making the inscriber and so on. But I just wanted to show you guys this, and now I'm going to wait this out, and once I have the last seeds grown, then we'll head over to the new outpost, and I'll show what we did there. So we're on top of the magic mountain here, and we're going to fly over to where this new outpost is, that is dedicated to bees and also in the future farms. So I'm going west, and it's just a short hop over here. There's, you see an area right here with a bunch of apiaries. Dragon is starting his bees right there. And right here, we saw this Natura Redwood in the live stream, and I said, you know what? We'll go here. You guys really needed to twist my arm. I think everybody in the whole stream said it at the same time. Go build in the tree. So that is what I did. And we didn't do too much on the stream here. We set up a few apiaries, hollowed this out, and made this windmill to power 4 of these lanterns, which I just noticed. Is this one really off? Why would she be off? Do we not have power? Oh, it's got power. Not sure what's happening here. Maybe it's just a display bug. It has been working. Anyways, and then today I noticed that when I put a capacitor bank here on this guy right there, right? And I saw this one windmill up there makes 20 RF a tick. Insane, crazy amount, right? It's horrible. And today in the morning, I put up 2 water wheels. There's one right there and one right there, just like we have it in the base. And I decided to put them in the ground because, well, they're not really that, they're so big up here, right? And that way we can plant more stuff here and use it for something else. And they are together right here on this capacitor. I'm getting a 164 RF a tick. So that is really good. And I did a bunch of stuff, actually. I recorded a bunch of stuff, how we made these machines and why I placed them there. And I scrapped it all. I said, you know what? Instead of showing you how to set up these simple machines that are, you know, you just check them in NEI. It's super easy. I made a carpenter, a centrifuge, and a squeezer. We're just going to actually go and breed something together and make something together. I think that would be a lot more fun. And that way, in the future, when I show you guys certain things, like, hey, I made this bee now, and so on, or this tree, you guys know how I did it. I think that would make a lot more sense. So, let me just give you a quick overview of what we need here. We have a bunch of honeycombs, all right. All of this stuff here, besides a few of these combs that I got from the apiaries over there, I got from villages, all of these, okay? And these, all 3 types of these frames, the untreated, the impregnated, and the proven frame, they do the same thing in the apiary. You get 150% production. No, yeah, I think 150%. No, 2 times production, that's what it is. It doubles the production of honeycombs, that's what it does. And the difference is that the untreated here has 80 durability, this one has 240, and the proven one has 720 durability. These proven ones you cannot craft. You can only trade with villagers for them or find them in apiaries and villages. And these guys right here are the ones that we're gonna focus on making today for sure. I want to set these up, and you guys see, you just put logs in there with some seed oil. And that's why I started the seed oil production over here. We have quite a lot already. There is 17 buckets in here and still lots of seeds to process. It takes 100 of these pumpkin seeds to make 1 bucket. And on top of the magic mountain, I have these pumpkins, right? The 10, 10, 10s. So I clipped a bunch of them. There's 28 here. And, you know, I just go through here. Well, they grow so fast here. I can go through here every few minutes almost and harvest them all. And it's gonna make 1 stack and 48. And that's all we need for the time being. And then, yep, 1 stack and 48. And we'll just put them in here. And then I'll put them in the barrel and keep it going. Oh, lag spike. Little freeze. My client's been doing that. I'm not sure what causes it, but it's not too bad. And you just put them in here, and it's gonna squeeze it into more seed oil. So we got that. Now, we take this seed oil and put it 1 bucket at a time, or, you know, let's do a few buckets here while we're at it. I don't want to set up any automation here yet, guys, because, well, I want to get going with it first, and that's good enough for right now. I want to get going with it first, and until then, I'm going to do everything by hand. I'm having a lot of fun doing this. I always enjoyed it. And then when we're like, all right, you know, now it's time to automate this already. Let's get 2 stacks of spruce. I hope I can use spruce. And then, you know, we'll figure out a nice way of automating this stuff here. So I don't need to touch it anymore. And if I recall right, like this, yes. So we'll put these in here and let them go. I don't think it takes a whole bucket. It takes 100 millibuckets to make them. And I should probably order some string while I'm at it. Should have enough. Let's just get 1 stack for now. That's gonna be plenty. And let's wait for 16. Like that. Get out the string. And of course I added a Steve's Workshop over here. That's a no-brainer. We put that in here. And this is how we make the impregnated frames. I'm gonna use those on production bees, of course. You know, like right now, I would actually... Well, we'll set this up together right now. What I wanted to do right now is actually show you how I set up these 4 stations over here. I did have found 2 more propolis today in my storage system. I don't know why I didn't see those yesterday. And I also had a couple of the silky combs. And when you take silky combs and put them through the centrifuge, you get 80% chance to get the silky propolis. And when you use that in a squeezer, no, you put it back in the centrifuge, you have 60% to get silk wisp and 10% to get propolis. So that's how I got 2 more, so I have 4 more of these now. Because I do want to make 2 more of these apiarist pipes. That's how you make those. And now, oops, I can leave this bucket here. I don't need that with me. And now we can set up these 2 apiaries here and add them to our automation. So we come out of these with a wooden transport pipe. And I made these basic gates without Arctic upgrade. So they you know, can pump stuff out. And then we just need to put, I used stone here. It doesn't need to be fast. And then right here, we use the apiarist pipes and another apiarist pipe. Oh, I didn't need these 2 stone pipes. I don't know what I was thinking. And we can send these 2 back. But I actually need to order 2 plugs. Actually, 1 plug. I just need 1. This one, because these chests here, when I put 1 chest there, this connects right here. So you just blocked it off with a plug. So it for sure goes this way. So now what makes these apiarist pipes so special is that down is black and left is blue. So blue, let's go with black first, okay? We're gonna do NEBs. We said NEBs here. Now you can go a lot more detailed over here. There's a ton of things here, okay? Purebred, nocturnal, and all the different kinds of things that you could possibly want to route. But we want bees when they come out here to go back into here to automate it. And you can even, you know, fine tune it over here. You can say what bees do you want only. Which I don't need in this. Ooh, what was this one? And with right click, by the way, you unset it. And then blue, we want anything. Now, if you set this to items, okay, I had the problem on this one. We found out, like, I put in the Valiant, but apparently the Valiant wasn't a purebred like it is now. You can see now I have 25 of these drones, so that tells me they are now purebred. You know, I got all these other ones, Saffron, Meadows, there another one, just Saffron, Meadows, and Valiants. So it tried to put in, let's say, a Saffron and a Valiant, but because there was one already in this here, it didn't know where to put the bee because I had blue set to items, and then it spit it out into the world, okay? So you make sure that you set this to anything. And we tested it. Bees take priority going down. So it will not, you know, randomly put a bee this way instead of going down. It does not go that way. So that is why we set it up. You don't want to have this on items. You want to have this on anything. So now all we got to do here is set this to the gate because it's connected to an apiary is smart enough. If I say missing queen or princess, then go ahead and pump out energy pulsar. Because what that means is the cycle is done, the princesses and drones sit over here, so there's no more princess or queen here. It will suck them out, they go up, back in, and the product like combs and so on go into this chest. So that is how that one works, and I think I got everything. Let's set up this one real quick the same way. Whoops, anything, and any bees. That's what I wanted. I should really make a gate cop here. I keep forgetting that, but it's alright. Missing queen or princess, and set it to pulsar. Cool. So now I want to add 2 more. By the way, I'm growing forest here and forest here. And we have water here, and you just saw Valiant here. So I'd like to definitely get a Meadows princess going. Over here you guys saw is all kinds of stuff that you need for bee breeding and so on. Here is all my drones and pristine princesses and queens. And here is all my ignoble stock. And I'm also going to add all the ones that are not purebred into this one. So, off camera, I made the Beealyzer and the Treealyzer, both very simple. Just tin. They're both the same, but the Beealyzer takes tin and the Treealyzer takes copper. 2 buckets of water in the carpenter over here, and it was done. And we want to now get meadows. Let's see here. We have a meadows queen here. It's unknown genome, so I actually want to analyze this. And you put it in there. You need honey drops. That's the fuel of these machines. It's a purebred. So that is really good. Now, where's the production speed slowest? All right. I actually want to compare them real quick. Check this one and also this one if there's any differences. Production speed slowest and also only 2-time offspring. Slowest and 2 times. So these 3 are pretty much identical. So I'm actually gonna take both of them for now. I cannot breed anything else here in this biome. We tried it yesterday. So we'll put a queen in here and a queen in there. And you guys can see the cycle is almost up. So that means I got this one probably from a village where it was sitting in an apiary already, you know, doing its thing, and I pulled it out. Because whenever you pull them out, they remember how deep they were into the cycle. So that is how you set these up. And now we go to the next thing that I'm looking forward to a lot, and that is tree breeding. Now, you need to get yourself oak and birch, okay? These 2 here to start with. And it can be regular oak and regular birch. And when you have a treealizer, guys, and you put a regular oak and a regular birch in here, it makes the forestry version out of that, which is the apple oak and the silver birch. And these 2 you put down first. So there's a birch and there's an apple oak. This is my second iteration, by the way. And these 2, you can check here real quick. You can always find out what stuff makes. So you do usage on this guy. And let's go through here. I like this one the best, the tree breeding. This is the forestry tab. And you see here, silver birch and apple oak, don't worry that this is pollen, makes silver lime. And that is how I got this guy in the middle here. That is the silver lime. And the silver lime is the first tree that you grow yourself. I actually found also those in dungeon chests, okay? And now I have these 3 going because I'm hoping to get a hill cherry tree, which is then the next step. So we're gonna, you know, get better and better trees. And the ultimate goal, guys, that I want to get to right now I want to have all of the trees, okay? But I want to get the sweet chestnut. Because the sweet chestnut tree, the nuts that you get, the second best is walnut and the best is sweet chestnuts. Those nuts that you get from harvesting, you can put into the squeezer and they give you the most seed oil. Like, I think we can check here. Let's see real quick. It's probably just called chestnut. I think it's this one, no? Right here, this guy right there. When you do usage on this one, in the squeezer, you get 220 millibuckets for 1 nut. Now, let's check the walnut real quick. Usage in the squeezer, you get 180 millibuckets. Now check a pumpkin seed. Usage. I know it's 10, but I want to show you guys in here. You get 10 millibuckets. So a chestnut gives us 24 times as much, right? So that's why I want to get to the chestnuts, because the seed oil is going to come in handy later to make a lot of frames. All right, so we got this going. Now, the other thing is you need to make is these guys right here, spectacles. It's just a piece of bronze and 2 glass panes. And you need these on your face, okay? Hey, you look awesome. I always love those, I don't know why. And check it out, you see these gray leaves here, right? That means the bees mutated it. These trees, I forgot to mention, by the way, need to be next to apiaries where bees are going, because these bees are flying around and they are pollinating these trees, and then you have a chance. And you check it out. Oh, I just saw them. When you start doing that, you're going to get butterflies in the area too, which are then actually helping with that too. You can catch these and breed them and everything. But honestly, guys, I've never had a use for them. I don't know. They're cute and fun and thing, and you guys are going to see a million butterflies in the area the deeper we get into this. So, and then you need to use a grafter. I got these 2 grafters from Village again, but they're super easy to craft. Just a piece of bronze with 2 sticks. That's how you make the grafter. And that is what you need to use to harvest these, okay? And then you get a... Well, this one is not a... Well, I guess it is a mutated one because it's actually still mutating oak and birch to make silver lime. So now we got silver lime saplings. But let's take them all. There it is. We got a hill cherry. That is really cool. Let's see if we get any more. Any more around? There's another one. I'm telling you guys, if you've never done that and you have some time, I really enjoy doing this. I don't know, it's to me it's just very rewarding playing this game inside the game. I really like it. So now, anyways, we take the treealizer and we put this in here and you guys see we got a hill cherry sapling. So that's really cool. And let's just put these in. See, this is a silver lime birch. So that is what we got instead of the hill cherry. So you can get these mutations. These, I'm destroying all of them. I'm not keeping any of these mutations pretty much. Later on, when we get to the higher ones, for example, in the end, now don't quote me on it. I'm gonna have to do research again in here with the treealizer. But I think walnut has like a higher output by default than sweet chestnut with pure amount of nuts. So then we would actually want to take a chestnut and a walnut and crossbreed them and try to get that trait from the walnut on the chestnut tree. But that is something for later on that I'm going to show you guys when we get to it. Alright, so I said I'm going to destroy these four. I don't need them. I only keep purebreds. And this one right here, so I'm going to show you something that I do whenever I do this. I go a little bit away. And I'm going to plant this guy here. It takes a second for the sapling to show up sometimes. There it is. That's just with the 4H tree. I haven't figured out why. And what I do is... Really? Here we go. Because this is a mutated one. What did I do with the... Did it use the whole grafter? Wow. Okay, well, I'm going to have to make a mana steel one. And I have to make a mana tablet finally. But anyway, because I know this is a purebred, check it out. Every one of these that I harvest now, yeah, you see that. 3 uses, 4 uses, 1 more and it's broken. Now I got 5 of these, right? And I can now take down the tree. Now I don't need to worry about, you know, losing the... And there's more of them. With the crafter, you for sure get them, but you could just always just harvest the trees also. And now when you check... with the treealizer again, you see that all 5 of those are the purebred hill cherries, just like the one we planted. So that is really cool. Now, what are we gonna do with this guy? Usage. What can we do next with it? Let's check here again. All right, a silver lime plus a hill cherry makes us a lemon, and then we can take the lemon with the hill cherry and get a plum. But there's many more. Silver lime and hill cherry is already giving us a common walnut. Once we get that one, we can take the common walnut with the hill cherry to get the sweet chestnut. Do you guys see? This is only 2 more mutations, and we already got the sweet chestnut. Of course, there's many other ones that look cool and so on. So that is what I'm going to do now. I'm going to take this down. Let's get all these down here. We don't need them anymore, and we're going to set up a fresh bunch to get that next one going. Give me all the saplings. Most of them should stack. Yeah, these are all purebred ones. So that's nice to have. So I guess you don't need to waste your grafter to take them down. I don't know why I started that habit. Anyways, I'm sorry guys. I'm going to check one more time. I forgot. All right. Silver lime makes us the lemon. No, not that one. Yeah, I want silver lime and hill cherry to get the common walnut. So let's set that up. So we want this guy and this guy. How are we going to do this? This hill cherry can be a little bit bigger. Let's see if we can plant this here. Plant that guy here. I actually want to go with more than just 2. You know, the more trees we have, the more chances for mutations we have. So we're going to put another one just on the other side, like here. Get out of here. And let's upgrow these real quick. There's one. Oh, it takes so much bone meal. There we go. Luckily, we got an awesome mob farm at spawn, thanks to Grok. So bones are never a shortage. Alright, I don't know why the torch is there. And one more. Do it for me. Thank you. So now, that's it. I can go AFK because these chunks are actually loaded. I don't think I've ever shown that. Let me show you real quick. When you go into character, and then right here, you see these chunks right here. So let me unselect them all. All right, so this is my area, and I knew I wanted these, so I left click, you select them. And then control left click, you chunk load them. And I want to have these 3x3s. I'm going to keep everything in the area in those, just so not to chunk load too much. And you guys see, oh, these two are actually outside of that. Yes. So I am actually going to chunk load 3 more. This. There we go. So now these are also chunk loaded when I'm not here. And I can now let this go. I don't need anything else. Now, I do want more honeycombs. What? How is this possible? What is happening? Those two queens. I'm gonna have to rewatch the footage now. But both of those were purebred meadows, just like this one. Okay, I'm gonna have to rewatch this, and if I let you know if I see that I'm giving you wrong information, but I was very sure that both of them were purebred meadows, and this one is a common. That is weird. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna let this go, and then hopefully very shortly we can harvest this and see the next mutations. So I checked the footage, and I am very certain they both had meadows, so I don't know what's going on here. But I wanted to find out real quick, because this one here is already giving me common, forest, and meadows. Let's see what this is. This is now a common meadows. That is very interesting. And this one over here is also a common. But I think this one is a purebred now. Yes, so this is gonna stay common. There should not be any way. I'm gonna take this one out though. Let's see what it actually was. Common. Okay. So if I'm not mistaken, this one is gonna stay common, which is good. And this one here is either gonna purebred or do whatever. At least it's giving me honeycombs. I'm okay with that. I harvested 2 mutated leaves so far, but only got cherry and silver lime. But I added cocoa beans over here. That's in the loaded chunks, so we should have plenty of those now. And I figured, you know, while I wait for this, I'm gonna start with the bee breeding. Because, ultimately, well, bees are awesome. You don't need to do... I don't think you need to touch bees at all in this pack if you don't want to. Just because it's expert mode, I don't think there's any need for you to get to infinity besides the infinity bee here. Besides, if you want to do Gendustry, because that's the only way to get a power module, okay? There's no other way to get the power module from Gendustry besides going to these bees, which I think is an amazingly awesome addition to this pack, because it makes you breed bees the normal forestry way. And then when you get to the end, then they say, all right, now you can do Gendustry and make super bees. Which would be nice. It'd be fun. So, but the way to this bee is a long one. A very long one. This one here is the easier route. All right, the energetic one. Let's just go through this one. The energetic one is made with excited and diligent. Diligent, we know. The excited is made with cultivated and valiant. So, there's a lot of them that come from cultivated. So this is the first bee that we kind of want to aim for to breed. And the cultivated one is a common princess with a mundane bee. So modest, typical, all these work here. But we need a common princess. And the way you get a common princess, besides having them over there, I don't want to touch them. I want to show you guys how we make it, is by any mundane with any mundane. Alright, so that's what we're going to do now here. So let's see what we have. Let's take this forest. And do I have... Yes, I have a meadows one. Now, of course, we want to make sure that these guys are actually clean. This is forest. And this is meadows. And on top of them, I want this to be going a little quicker, right? Let me see how many more stacks I have. Good, I've been on top of this. Let's put this in here. So what I'm going to do is make the soul frame right here, which is an impregnated frame, which we make here. with a soul sand. So I'm going to make 3 of these. And these I'm going to reduce the mutation time. I have it open over here. It's 1.5 times the mutation rate, only 3/4 of the lifespan, and only 1/4 production. So this frame here is made to mutate bees quicker, and you don't get very little product. So what I'm going to do is put these guys in here. I got flowers nearby. And then when the output is done, we're going to scan whatever bees we're going to get over here. All right, here is what we got. Let's see what kind of trouble we're getting into. Common meadows, okay. Common, and common forest. So now my logic would dictate to use this common with these purebred common bees, right? This I should say the common meadows princess with the common drone. But for that, we also want this to be speedier. And for that, we're going to use these chocolate frames. The chocolate frames have 1.5 times the production, but only half the lifespan. So that's why I'm making these to get half the lifespan. I don't really care about the production of the bees when I do things over here, right? But I do care about the lifespan. Only half as long. The life means that I get the princess and the drones back much quicker. So the pure breeding hopefully is gonna happen sooner. I don't need to wait as long. So we're gonna put in this one right here, chocolate, and we're gonna put this guy, and well, we only need 1 of them, and I'm gonna keep it down here so I remember this is the common, and this one right here is a common forest. That's some, you know, a mixed bee, and I'm gonna put that in here. I don't want them to go into my regular population, but I'm gonna need more common. I'm pretty sure I will need more common. Actually, I might have gotten one before, but I don't see one. All right, what are you guys? I'm gonna scan these forest ones here real quick just to make sure there's not a mixed one. Forest, and forest. All right, so we're gonna use these. One of these, and I only have 1 meadows left here. Who are you? You are meadows forest, so you are in the wrong box. Well, I guess I'll use this last one here. That's fine, because, I mean, I am getting more over here. At least I should be. None here. But this one, I think, yeah, this one turned into a pristine meadows, by the way. That was a comment earlier. So now, hopefully, all we're gonna get here is meadows. And I'm actually gonna put this comb right here to see a separator. So what we're gonna get next. So I should be getting more meadows, and those are easy to find. And I'm going to start this. Oh wait, this is a forest queen, right? I can't use that one. I need a princess. I don't know what I'm doing. Here, let's try this guy, because I need it to breed with the meadows right there. And you are, yes, okay. So we're gonna do the same thing over here, because that way, you know, I'm gonna get another comment. So even if I upbreed this one, because like I showed you guys, you're gonna need a lot of these to make more cultivated ones. You know, you always just get 1 princess. Of course, there's a way with the Rockies that we upgrade this, but for now, we're just gonna use this. We're gonna save the Rockies for later, because these are easy to make. They're right in the beginning. So we're gonna wait this one out. By the way, I wanted to point out that when you build underneath one of these, you gotta break holes all the way through the leaf top. Right above the apiaries, they need sky access. So you're gonna see holes, and you only see the hole if you're directly underneath it. You know, if I'm a little bit to the side, you cannot see anything. So I think that is pretty cool. I was thinking of putting, you know, green stained glass or something in there, but it's not needed. And here comes the hit. I don't understand how I got a cultivated princess. This was a, what was it? Common meadows with a common drone. But in order to get a cultivated, you need to have a common plus a forest or meadows or any of the other mundane ones. So I am not sure how that worked. How is that possible? But we wanted to get cultivators, and I guess we get this thing out of here. You see, this is what I mean. You keep getting these water lily. That might look nice on top of the magic mountain. But yeah, they come, but there's no water, so it just pops out of the ground and gives it to me. So now let's see what you are. A cultivated common. And this one is a common. And this is a common. So now my problem is that I don't have a cultivated drone to go with this. So now my only hope is that if I put this in here, that I get lucky somehow, and the cultivated trait will be stronger than the common one. And over here, let's see what we got on our second set of common. Ooh, we got right away a common. That is nice that we got this. And even those two are pure. Wow, that is cool. And this one, I'm pretty sure is going to be forest meadows. Okay, so this one is gobbledygook. You don't stack? Yay, they do. Perfect. That was lucky that we got this. So now we're going to have to wait out the cultivated one. Bummer. It seems that it turned back into a common princess. Let's check this out. But we got 3 honeycombs. That is cool. So what are you? Common cultivated. Alright, I guess I'm gonna... Here's the thing is that I have heard rumors. It's really not that straightforward on how to pure breed bees, okay? Once you have something like a common cultivated. But I have heard that if you throw in a mix something else like a forest now, that because you made the common out of the forest, that one possibly will be stronger. But I don't have anything else. If I put a common drone in here, I'm worried that it's going to be a common. So I'm going to just test this one time here. And put this one back in here with a forest drone. These, by the way, I got from over there, where I've been making them since yesterday. And we'll see if we get lucky. We still have the chocolate frames in this one. And in this one over here, we still have the soul frames. And we are now going to take that common that we just got a minute ago back in here. Again, with a forest one, hoping that we are going to get another cultivated. So that is the minigame that we're playing. Let's find out what this one is actually. This one is also a common, but it doesn't seem to stack with these. Just like, oh, there's another one, common. Interesting. Do you stack with anything? No. So these are all somehow different, you know, in these traits down here, like slower, slowest. Let's see if we can see one. I gotta take them out first. Yeah, this one is slower instead of slowest here. And this one is also slower. So these two should stack, but there's probably one other thing somewhere. Let's see here. Yes, no. And yes, no. Okay, so there's got to be something different here. Slower. 2669. Oh, it's fast here in the production speed. Okay, that's why they don't stack. But as long as they're purebred, I'm going to keep them on me. And I also made 3 more of each because, you know, if this one turns into a cultivated something, then I'm going to need to change these frames out. But now, again, I'm going to wait these out. Oh, these are producing fast. These right here. I bet you that one has that fast trade. Yep, fast worker. Not sure if I'm losing my mind or what's going on. But I came over here. These were both meadows, right? And now I actually turned off the 2 gates because I want to start looking into what is happening here. Why these guys keep turning into something else. This is common. This should never change away from a common bee. Ever again. There is just no way. There is no other traits that this guy has. Now let's check this one out. Why are these... Oh yeah, because they were in there. It doesn't pull out the ones that were already in there. And this one is also a common, which is actually not bad for my purpose right now. Because I don't seem to be very lucky at the moment over in this section. This one here turned into a forest. And at least we have 2 cultivated now. So let's see what mess we got over here. This is a cultivated common. This is a forest common. And this is a cultivated forest. So, cultivated common, cultivated forest. Forest common. I'm going to put this. And if I put this one that means the secondary is forest. Secondary is common. I'm gonna put this one, and I'm guessing I'm gonna get a common again. But again, this is a guess game. And what do we got over here? Alright. So this one, by the way, I'm gonna put safely away. And let's see what we got here. I'm running out of honey drops. We get a cultivated forest, a forest cultivated, and a forest common. I don't want to use this one, so I'm gonna put these two back in here, but this time I'm going to change this to chocolate frames because I don't want you to mutate any further. I just want to get you clean. Telling you is I haven't had these problems. I never had these kind of problems with bees. Why am I having such trouble getting it cultivated this time? I am not sure, but I'm still having fun, and I hope you guys are learning something off them too. But I think that is it for today, guys. I'm also not very lucky with the trees. Ooh, finally one. Again, I only had 3 leaves mutate so far, and they were in here. I don't remember where the other one was. Let's see what we get. We got silver lime and a cherry. I'm still waiting for the walnut. But I'm wondering if maybe the bees I have in these here are a little bit lazy. That they have a bad pollination level, or whatever you want to call it. But it's chunk loaded, so I can just let this go. And I have lots to do with these bees. If you guys have any tips or tricks on the bees, please feel free to go down in the comments. Let me know. I would really appreciate it. I take all the tips and tricks in the world when it comes to bees. Otherwise, I'm going to keep at it until next episode, of course. And hopefully, you know, get a nice stock of cultivated and clean this up a little bit over here. But anyways, we'll see what we do. Next time, I don't think we're going to get back to the bees. Maybe just for a few minutes in the beginning to show you or give you an update. But I want to do some magic. I really want to get all 4 magic schools done, the basics. There's a couple of cool things that I want to build and so on. And then after that, I really want to get into ore processing. We have to set that up because I have so many ores that are waiting to get processed, and I don't have any machines for it. I shouldn't say that. I don't have any automation for it. So anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed the episode, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Take care, stay safe, and bye-bye.